So she didn't think anything of it for them to get on a boat and go because, you know, that's their boat. But I feel like, again, she was lured under false pretenses. I feel like she was held captive in the relationship. I feel like he has two sides, like one you see, one she saw, and one other people see. I feel like, you know, he took her out there. Something happened. The back of my head is hurting. I feel like there was an assault that took place. I feel like he grabbed something and hit her in the head. There's a strangulation. I get something wrapped like around her, maybe to help her sink, and she's like rolled over. Kind of get a pushing down. So I get like multiple, but I can hear arguing before this. So I can hear arguing. I can hear like him yelling at her. I can hear it like even spitting like while he's yelling. Like I can see that, and she's like afraid of him. And it wasn't the first time that she's been afraid of him, but I don't know if he had ever kind of like, it was just something that she said or did or knew that kind of like it became a breaking point. And but she's further, like he drew. I don't know if he disabled his tracking device, but I feel like he drove her out further. This happened out further, deeper water, timelines off. And then he came back and he's like, oh, I threw her up. You know, he just threw it into blank water. She was already gone at that point whenever he threw whatever he threw in or pretended to save her. That's the way it's coming in allegedly in my. So to like delay things, like I think like he went to different places. Like she never left the boat alive, sort of thing. There could be mountains in the background or even just like an island. Seems like there's island reference on this because there's land and water. So I'm wondering if she's like, I don't know if there's two islands, if she could be between two islands. And then I don't know about oil tankers out there or whatever. I don't know, maybe whoever knows from the Bahamas inside. And then so this kept pulling out. It's not that she's on land, but desert like can be sandy. I get this is like sand because it's coming with the beach. So it's like beach sand. So again, it kind of makes me feel like an island is close. A beach, this is, you know, sand's underwater too, but beach sand, the beach. She's like, maybe she'll either, like maybe she's close to an island with like a beach. Sounds very clear tonight. I don't know if they did an update or what. So I think I have kind of planned, he had thought about it in his head, planned about it in his head when she started threatening to leave. But the act itself ended up being like heat of the moment, impulsive. Like that's the way that it's coming across. And she's showing me them on, and I always said, if you go back to my readings, I always said they were on Soulmate when this happened, that I kept getting her on the boat because I kept getting the railings. And so I don't know if it originally started outside and then moved inside, but there is a lots of arguing. And I don't know if, like, she turned to walk away because I'm hearing, don't you turn your back on me, you effing B. Like, he's typical narcissist, but I don't even think he loved her. Like, she's an object. She's an object that he had to possess. And when he lost that control, that's when he lost it. So there's, you know, I feel like at some point he felt like she disrespected him on the boat. When we get back, I'm done. But it was impulsive, and I keep seeing like her turning to walk away, and I was like, don't you turn your back on me. And there's a reference to the head. I always get a reference to the head. I get a reference to kind of physical, you know, punches. And but I feel like something hits me in the back of the head. I don't know if this is an object or something. I think we got objects in the cards. I think we got a weapon in the cards. It's like the violence gone wrong. Kind of planning to this at some point. Because I feel like he was thinking in the ways of, how am I going to get away with this? What story am I going to come up with? And again, I don't know if they sprayed luminol, because I see that there's blood somewhere that they found on Soulmate, and I don't know if this is out or not. But again, I was saying it happened on this before they took the boat and all that. So I feel they obviously found evidence of blood in a struggle and things like that. Can you take her further out into the ocean?
Stuff is getting crap. Person. What? See.
But one thing we do have is the lie, and it is a walloping lie. It is a humdinger, shall we say. So not only have I discovered that Lynette made it back to Soulmate, that there was no such thing as an accident on the dinghy, and this whole yarn that Brian Hooker spun and had us all believing she bounced off the dinghy. I threw her a green floaty. I called out to her. The waves were so big, 2 to 4 foot seas. They weren't. We've actually seen the video and checked the marine charts. They weren't. It was actually pretty calm that night. And I just began to float away with the current and the waves and the wind. And I got separated from her, and there she went, and I never saw her again, and I floated all the way to Marsh Harbor, 4 miles. All of it is a lie. That didn't happen. That bullshit story did not happen. No, instead, when Lynette and Brian Hooker left the Abaco Inn, somewhere between 7 and 7:30, they made it to Soulmate. And the evidence shows that Lynette was on board Soulmate. The evidence also shows something very significant, and that is that there was a fight and evidence of foul play. On board Soulmate, not the dinghy, Soulmate, the boat that they'd been on together as a married couple for the last 4 years. I can't get